welcome to Anchor Network, where you get updates of things happening around you and things you would like to know. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed to this channel and those who are yet to subscribe. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the red button and also click the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime we publish any news. This time around, we have wonderful news for you that you will be glad that you are aware of. Stay tuned. The development agenda for Western Nigerian Commission on Sunday hailed governors in the region for coming together to hold a security summit as a strategy to combat the growing insecurity challenge in Yoruba land. The Director General of the Dawn Commission, Mr. Sheye Oyeleye, in a press statement said with the summit, incidents of kidnapping and other security challenges in the region will soon come to an end, judging by the commitment of the governors. The commission has been mandated by governors in the region to organize the security summit, which is expected to hold by end of June. The commission, which condemned the threats to lives and property of people in the region, said the commission was averse to the spate of robberies and abductions on our roads and highways and economic sabotage by trespassers on farmlands in the region. The Commission expressed support for the efforts of the federal government and state governors to cooperate in addressing the problem. Dawn Commission supports all efforts by state and federal authorities and the international community to ensure the protection of people in these areas and appeals to relevant authorities not to relent in their efforts at ensuring that perpetrators and those directly or indirectly responsible for these crimes capable of disrupting the peace of the region face justice and are held accountable for their crimes, the statement said. Encouraging residents not to entertain fear, the commission insisted that the region was not in crisis, pointing out that the situation was mostly exaggerated. Dawn also appeals to the general public that, contrary to the alarmist, exaggerated and sometimes misrepresentation of facts by mischievous elements on social media and other fora, Western Nigerian largely remains peaceful, safe, welcoming and harmonious to all law-abiding people and not in a state of crisis, it added. The commission also called on influential leaders in the region to exercise restraint in their comments in order not to aggravate the current situation. It promised to sustain its efforts in mobilizing stakeholders and providing the framework for regional development. Meanwhile, the Yoruba sociocultural group Afenifere on Sunday condemned the South-West governor and their development agenda for Western Nigeria Commission for saying that herdsmen's attacks in the region were false and leaders should not spread unfounded and unsubstantiable messages and incitements. The Afenifere said the abduction of an Obafemi Awolowo University professor by herdsmen, the rape of a Yoruba lady by bandits for 6 days, and the fear of people to travel on most roads in the region confirmed that all was not well. The Southwest governors had met on Friday in Asokoro, Abuja for a special security meeting, saying the Dawn Commission was directed to coordinate a summit aimed at promoting regional development agenda. The Ondo State Governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, who emerged as the chairman of the Southwest governors, had said the commission would also look at stemming the tide of banditry, kidnapping and insecurity in the region and look for national responses. Afenifere, in a release by its National Publicity Secretary, Yinka Odumakin, said on Sunday while referring to the Dawn Commission's report that it was sad if Dawn represented the views of our governors in the midst of the monumental tragedy that has befallen our people in the hands of invading marauders. Afenifere welcomes the decision of Southwest governors to do something over the siege on Yoruba land by Fulani herdsmen and militia. The situation has degenerated to the point that our people are now afraid to travel on most of the roads in the zone as their safety cannot be guaranteed. In my opinion, since there is denial from both parties, I think the people that will shed more light on this situation are the people living in that area. The people in Southwest, they are the one that will tell us what is really happening there, whether the place is safe for them to live, whether there's insecurity, whether people can no longer go out, or whether people are in fear or not. They will be the one to testify because we can't even affirm from what the Afenifere is saying and what the governors forum really saying, and the group working for them. So if you are in that area, or if you know people that are in that area that can really confirm the situation on ground in Southwest, I would like you guys to put down your comments so that we'll know the actual truth. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.